Jai Srila Prabhupada. I'll try reading some of these literatures of the Acharyas. And this is Bhaktivinode Thakur, his Chaitanya Siksamrta. Some of the devotees that I've seen that have tried to read these literatures kind of go off the deep end. I don't want to go off the deep end. I just want to try to become Krishna conscious, surrender, go back to Godhead. So, to be a little careful when you read these other literatures. So, pray to Srila Prabhupada. That it's okay to go ahead. Jai Prabhupada. This is chapter 1, part 1. Obeisances to their lordships, Radha and Krishna. There are countless philosophies which, although attempting to reach the truth, are all incomplete and mutually conflicting due to their origin in bewilderment. I'm going to move the screen around a little bit here. All these philosophies find their perfection in Krishna Bhakti. I begin this book by offering my respects to Shri Krishna Chaitanya, the bestower of Krishna Bhakti. There are three objects in this universe: the Lord, conscious entities, and matter. Matter is that substance without volition. For example, earth, rock, water, fire, air, ether, house, forest, grain, cloth, or a body. Men, animals, insects, reptiles are living entities, as they have the power to discern and desire. Of these, man has the greatest power of discernment. For this reason, some people call man the master of all living and non-living entities. The Lord is the creator of all living and non-living entities. Since he does not have a material body, we cannot see him. He is the perfect, the complete form of pure consciousness. He is our creator, protector, and controller. By his will, we prosper. By his will, we meet with destruction. In his personal form, he is master of Vaikuntha. He is the Lord of all lords. By his command, all the universes move. As the Lord does not have the gross form of material objects, we cannot perceive him with our senses. In this sense, He's called formless in the Vedas. However, as all objects have their own form, the Lord also has his form. Only material objects have material form. Conscious living entities have a conscious or spiritual form. Chaitanya Swarup. Human beings, though spiritual entities, additionally have a material body. Thus, our spiritual form has become hidden within the material form. The Lord is pure consciousness or spirit. That is, he has no form except his spiritual form. His spiritual form is his body, and we can see this form only with our pure spiritual eyes. We cannot see it with material eyes. Many unfortunate people do not believe in God, for their eye of knowledge is closed. Because they cannot see the Lord's form with their material eyes, they say he does not exist. Just as blind men cannot understand the nature of sunlight, atheists cannot believe in the existence of God, though all men, by their very nature, believe in God. If they learn duplicitous logic through bad association from childhood, they gradually become overcome by that bad influence and disbelieve in the Lord's existence. That, of course, is their loss. It is no loss for the Lord. One should not think that Vaikuntha is a material place. Madras, Bombay, Benares, Calcutta, London, Paris are examples of material places. To go to those places, one must traverse a great expanse of earth in many countries. Even if one travels by railway or ship, it may take a long time. The material body must be moved. Vaikuntha is not such a place. It has a different nature, transcending the material universes. It is conscious, eternal, and faultless. It is not perceived by the eye, nor conceived by the mind. The Supreme Lord resides in this inconceivable place. If a person is able to please the Lord, he can go there and serve the Lord eternally. What is called happiness in this world is not eternal. It remains for a short time and then disappears. Everything of this world is filled with suffering. Birth itself is difficult, a cause for sorrow. After birth, we must nourish the body with food. If we have no food, we suffer. There is always some sort of affliction, such as excessive heat or cold. To rid ourselves of the suffering, we have to undergo bodily suffering to earn money. If we do not build a house, we do not have a place to stay. When getting married, we have to raise children. When old age finally approaches, it seems we are left with nothing. Throughout life, we suffer through argument and disagreement with others. There is no such thing as pure happiness in this world. And therefore, people accept that happiness is the momentary cessation of grief or want. However, it is very difficult to live in such a world. If one attains the Lord's abode, he does not experience temporary happiness and distress, but rather attains unlimited and eternal joy. To this end, we must try to satisfy the Lord. Man's highest benefit starts when he begins to satisfy the Lord. But man begins this practice only after pure knowledge appears within him. Unfortunately, most people think that they can enjoy the world now and worship the Lord in old age. That, however, is unacceptable, for time is a precious thing. We should begin to practice from that very day that we see its urgency. Man's life is indeed a rare achievement, but it is also insecure, as we cannot say when we will die. Thus, we should never think that we should not worship the Lord when we are children. In history, we see how Dhruva and Prahlad received the Lord's mercy when they were children. Is there any doubt that any human being capacity of doing an activity cannot, without effort, achieve it? As well, what is practiced from early age gradually becomes a natural action. Man's attempt to please the Lord for four reasons, according to his condition of life: from fear, for satisfying material aspirations, from a sense of duty, and for genuine attraction. Some people are inspired to worship the Lord because of sickness or poverty, fear of hell, or fear of death. Others worship the Lord praying for material happiness, desiring greater material progress. These two types of people, though beginning their worship out of fear or material aspiration, often become attached to pure worship, since worship of the Lord produces genuine joy. Those who worship the Lord out of a feeling of gratitude are those motivated by a sense of duty. Those people who naturally gain satisfaction in worshiping the Lord without motives of fear, desire, or duty begin their worship with attraction, raga. Raga is defined as the tendency of the mind to become spontaneously attracted to an object immediately upon seeing it, without intellectual processing. A person who has developed this quality of attraction in his heart, as soon as he thinks of the Lord, is worshiping the Lord according to Raga. Those who take to worship of the Lord from fear, desire, or duty are not on such a pure level, and those who worship the Lord according to Raga are real worshipers. The living entity and the Lord have a deep relationship. When Raga appears, the relationship becomes manifest. The relationship is eternal, no doubt, but for the materially bound up soul it remains hidden. Given the right opportunity, it appears. Just as fire appears by striking a match or a flint. By sadhana or practice, this relationship makes its appearance. Many persons have even achieved this relationship through practice based on fear, desire, and duty. Dhruva first worshipped the Lord with a desire for a kingdom, but by sadhana there appeared in his heart attraction, born of a pure relationship with the Lord. Therefore, he refused to accept the benediction of material happiness. Fear and desire are extremely base. When a devotee's intelligence becomes clear, he gives up fear and desire. Duty or gratitude becomes his sole motive, and as long as raga towards the Lord does not appear, the devotee should not give up worship according to duty. From the sense of duty, two standards arise: to respect the rules, vidhi, and to avoid breaking the rules, nisheda. These rules for worship of the Lord were established by great devotees long ago and recorded in the scriptures. Following the scriptures and reverence for the rules arises from the sense of duty. On examining the historical records of all types of people around the world, it will be obvious that faith in God is man's common and constant characteristic. Uncivilized forest tribal survive like animals on animal flesh, but they also worship the sun, the moon, huge mountains, large rivers, tall trees as their benefactors and controllers. Why do they do this? Though the soul is extremely bound up, his faith in the Lord, his natural quality as spiritual soul, will gradually manifest as the degree that the material covering is weakened. However, when man becomes civilized and takes to various types of knowledge and education, his faith becomes more covered due to materialistic logic. Then atheism, or worse, voidism, takes hold of his mind. One should understand that such beliefs are the symptoms of an unhealthy, weak soul. There are 3 stages between the primitive, uncivilized state of mankind and the devotional state. In these 3 stages, the diseases of atheism, materialism, skepticism, and voidism afflict many people. Acting as obstacles to their progress, those philosophies bring them to a lamentable state. Of course, not all people will be so afflicted. Those who are infected by the disease become bound up and do not progress to higher stages of life. The uncivilized tribe, taking advantage of the system of varnashram and cultivating civilized manners, proper conduct, and education, can quickly attain the life of a devotee. This is the natural path of progress for man. But if one becomes afflicted by the diseases of materialistic philosophies, he falls into an unnatural state of existence. I'm going to have to take a break here, and we'll resume reading at another time.